sabotaging yourself. We're going to talk about how your inner dialogue is heard through the ethers of your being, and it ain't happy with what you've been thinking. It ain't happy with what you've been saying, and it's definitely not happy with the environments you've been allowing yourself in. So stay tuned. Let's get into the video.
Girl, you're beautiful.
I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am all the things I dream. I have all my desires come to me, I make them into my reality. I have the man of my dreams, my marriage is amazing, my kids are healthy, wealthy, and my homeschool is ablazing. I live where I want, I fly when I choose, I'm always in first class, I win and never lose. Affirmation after affirmation after affirmation. My businesses are successful. I am too. I'm fit. I'm fine. I'm fabulous. And I'm everything. And I'm the woman of my own dreams. So that was just me enacting several affirmations. You probably have heard them. You say them yourself. You say them, you mean them. You're in the mirror every day, affirming yourself, affirming yourself. And then literally right after you stub your toe, something happens, you see a notification, you go right into talking against your own favor. You go right into self-sabotage. Guess what? Your body hears all of it. Your inner dialogue either supports your transformation or it sabotages it silently. So what have you been thinking? What environments have you been putting yourself in? Do they support your transformation? I'm going to assume, since you're watching this video, probably not. And you're online, you're searching for the answers. And I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to tell you exactly what I've been doing, what I've done, and what I'm going to continue doing, and give you some practical integration tips on how to do this in your everyday life. Because to be honest, a lot of us were not taught to think positively about our own self. A lot of us were taught that we should walk around humbly, that we shouldn't actualize our deepest desires, that we should just choose a regular life because it's safe. The regular life being go to school, get married, move up in your career, start a family, maybe pause on your career and raise your kids so that they can do the same thing. And I don't know about you, but that sounds like self-sabotage. And I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking the 9 to 5. I'm not knocking that. But that was somebody else's dreams. Most likely it wasn't yours. So that's the problem I have. I don't have a problem with following the blueprint if you created it. But if you didn't create it, it's mostly because you probably lack self-trust, self-confidence, and self-esteem, and you're just following someone else's blueprint because it's safe. Well, baby, it's time to get dangerous. It's time to be exactly who you were meant to be. That will call for you to literally remove the layers and layers of programming that you've been operating by for far too long. Now, I had a script for this video, but I'm feeling called to speak directly from the heart. All right, so a lot of us were trained to be humble. And if you look at the definition of humble, I don't think we truly understand the implications of living a humble life and to having a humble mindset. I think it's actually detrimental to your well-being. I think that is self-sabotaging. I think there's far too much good in this world, and most of the good is following someone else's blueprint. And most of the people who have good intentions, you need to make it easy for the opportunities to locate you. What I'm saying is you have something you desire. You're living humbly. You're allowing someone else's blueprint on how to live a good life to dictate what it is you do every day. You're sabotaging yourself silently by living under the guise of someone else's thought of what it is for your good life. Think about that. How can someone else know your innermost thoughts? They don't know the TV shows and the documentaries you were watching when you were little. For example, for me, I used to watch films, but once I got my own room and I had my own TV, I was watching a travel channel. I was so interested in the freaking Bermuda Triangle, okay? Like, I wanted all the details, where these flights go, and you have this person narrating the documentary. Like, I was so interested. I found out where Bermuda was in the first place. I'm like, okay, was it triangulating? Like, I was so interested in that at 11 years old. And also think that time period is what a lot of us at my age Now, what we're going back to the things that interest us when we were unapologetically ourselves. We're going back to that, and we have more money now. There's something that makes you tick. There's something that excites you, that ignites you. You need to remember that thing that ignites you, that thing that sets you on fire. And for me, that was travel. Like I said, I was infatuated with the Bermuda Triangle. I was infatuated with the Travel Channel. And I was like, they got all these older looking people. They need someone fresh, they need someone young and whatnot. When I turned 18, freshman year of college, I worked the entire freshman year looking for a program that I could do study abroad in. Like once I turned 18, I got my passport. I was going to study abroad, and I didn't qualify for any programs at my university. I didn't qualify for anything, but I found a loophole, and I found this program you can go through and study abroad. My friend told me that Spanish was hard, so boom, I studied abroad in Barcelona. 18 years old. I had an amazing time, life-changing, and that still gets me into doors. I did study abroad again, this time with my university, and that led me to a few years after graduating, being able to move and live overseas in China. Now, before I go into that, I want to say this. I knew from young that I was going to travel and see the world. When I got a little bit older, I had another business dream that I'm still working on. And I coupled that with, I know that I want to live on every continent. And before 30, I had lived on 3, North America, obviously, Europe, and Asia. And that felt so exhilarating. At the same time, I wanted to actually realize my dream of being a travel TV host. So I started a YouTube channel. This is back in 2015 or 16. I started a different YouTube channel, and I was documenting my life living overseas in China. I started actually 2.5 years after living there. I did not start when I first went. When I first went, I was just blogging, like a regular written blog. And anyways, I started my YouTube channel, and I started my own brand for travel hosting. And I was documenting my journey. And my first video was about me having my daughter in China. I had a video about getting hitched in Hong Kong. I had videos about traveling to Thailand. Okay, that wasn't my first video, but you get what I'm saying. I started my own thing. The only thing is, in 2018, after I had my second child, we decided to move back to America for many different reasons, and life as I knew it and my dreams had seemed to shatter. Now, if you zoom out, that could have been protection from, the world rearrangement that occurred, but I was zoomed in. And after about a year or two here, like I say about 2020, I was like, I'm ready to go. On top of that, everyone's asking you, are y'all moving back overseas? Everyone has all these questions. I'm like trying to answer and trying to filter out what my true feelings are at the same time. I'm postpartum. I'm raising literally 2 small babies, and it was just a lot. And for about 5 years, literally, I held myself to a standard that I was no longer able to satisfy. And it was heartbreaking. And it did a lot to myself. What it did was it sabotaged my dreams silently. Instead of me evolving and transforming and becoming the person that I once looked up to, I became a shell of myself. And I excused my actions with, well, I'm a mom, so my life revolves around being a mom. But I knew the day that my daughter asked me a question, I decided, why would I tell her to live her best life and to follow her dreams and to speak life into herself when I myself am not a reflection of that? I'm not living in the truth that I'm telling my child to live in. I'm actually a hypocrite. As a matter of fact, what I'm doing is lying. I'm lying. I'm only talking about, and I only have the examples of what I did in the past before she was born or when she was really small. But as far as recent current events, I had nothing to show for it. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was not taking care of myself in any way. Skin care, body care, mindset mastery, transformation, nothing. I wasn't following my dreams. I was not doing anything. I do not feel bad for myself because I had to go through that to now be where I am now. And I feel so proud of myself. And what it took is, it took me to silence. It took me to retreat. It took me to clarify what it is I need to do on a daily basis, even if it's small. Because if you repeat that small thing multiple times, guess what? It adds up. And then you can stack another thing. and it adds up. You can stack another thing. And that habit stacking method has allowed me in 2025 to now release a total of 50 pounds. That habit stacking has allowed me to finally start back writing. And I now have my own website with my newsletter that I have been consistently sending out every single Saturday. That same habit stacking architecture system that I recreated it and packaged it into a digital product that other people are actually benefiting from. So yes, I'm making money, but I'm helping people. Win-win, okay? If you are sitting around still humbling yourself, speaking negatively of yourself, and allowing yourself to stay in environments that do not contribute to your greater good, you are actually a part of the problem. We should all be the change we wish to see. So, now that I've gave you my backstory and where I am and where it's taking me, I want to share with you some practical integration tips so that you can change your inner dialogue to support your transformation and stop sabotaging yourself in your dream life. All right, let me go get my notes. I'll be right back. Before I continue, before I share the practical integration tips, there's some buttons on your screen, here, there, everywhere. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Listen up. We're focusing on how to shift the inner environment your body is responding to. Your inner script, the one you repeat over and over again, those same stories, your body hears it, right? And it's shaped by your old identity patterns. You know, the ones you don't want anymore, the emotional inheritance that you don't need anymore, and the nervous system that goes against what you need. Yeah, we're about to say bye-bye to those because you do not change any of that with motivation, okay? You change it with regulation and awareness. So the first thing is you need to integrate this into your life, you need to name it. Name the pattern. What do you see coming up in your thoughts over and over again? What type of environments that you don't even feel comfortable in are you constantly subjecting yourself to over and over again? And a lot of times it can be conversations. It doesn't have to be a physical environment. It can be who you're on the phone with, who's gossiping, who's talking crap about their job that they were prayed for and you were cheered with them and then they're upset about. Or is that you? Okay? Name the pattern. Why you need to name the pattern? Because naming it breaks the spell. It brings your awareness right here. Your awareness needs to be right here, okay? When your awareness is right here, the step 2 is you need to pause your nervous system. You need to ask yourself these 3 questions. Where is this emotion sitting in my body? For me, a lot of times it's in my heart, it's in my chest. Sometimes it's in my stomach, but a lot of times for me, it's in my chest. So where is this sitting in your body? It's the first question. Is this familiar or new? Is this feeling familiar or new? Does this belong to who I am or who I'm becoming? That's the third question. Answer those questions really quickly because this is how you stop reacting and start regulating. You name it, you question it, boom. Now you're going to redirect the inner script. We're not going to just say these surface level affirmations to think we feel better. We're going to go a little bit deeper. Go deeper with the truth. This is unfamiliar, not impossible. Okay, that's an example. This is where I stabilize. So you call your power back to you. You call your power back to you. You ground it. What you're doing is you're interrupting the pattern. We're going to do this. It's not going to be perfect, but you're going to ground yourself. And then when you ground yourself, you're going to anchor one habit. Your brain needs one predictable step to follow. Just one. That one habit becomes the proof your inner dialogue responds to. For example, if you are a recovering greedy, can eat a whole buffet before you go pick up some more food, the way you can stop yourself is, am I thirsty? And instead of just saying it, actively get up, and go get some water. Most times, more than not, you aren't hungry, you're thirsty, you're dehydrated. That solves that problem. You can have many examples. It could be steps, go for a walk, sleep, get some sunlight, step away from the computer, don't respond. Whatever's necessary for you to anchor that habit. Then you need to track the truth. Tracking is where the magic happens because I don't know about y'all, but I like little rewards. I like little stickers. I like to see all the marks checked. I like to see all the boxes checked. I like little rewards. It's how they got us to learn our ABCs, and that's how people still make great music so they can win Grammys. Whatever the case is, you need to track the truth so you can get the reward. Why do you need to track it? Because tracking exposes the lies. We could say, for example, right, when you're losing weight, if you're not counting calories, you're like, oh, I under-eat. How come I'm not losing weight? Mind you, there's a specific calorie count you should follow to get in a deficit. but you're just eyeballing it. But if you're someone who has struggled with losing weight, your eyeballs are probably off. You probably think you're eating a 400, 500 calorie breakfast, when in actuality, you're probably 2 or 3 times more than that. But because it's healthy food, you think it's okay. So you need to track the truth. Tracking exposes the lies your old self tells and strengthens the voice of your new identity. This is why that system I told you I built, 100 Days, 1 You, it works. It works. It seems like, oh, it's so lot. Do one habit if you can. Start with that one habit at a time. This habit architecture system I created will genuinely change your life, because you aren't just checking off boxes. You are tracking your transformation. That's why I have the guide in there. It's not just a box checker. It's a guide. It's a mental mindset mastery transformational guide attached to the tracker. Plug. Oh, most importantly, number 6, you need to treat calm as a skill. A lot of us were taught fight or flight. We don't know how to respond. A calm body creates a clear mind. You can't function in chaos, physical clutter, other people distracting you. Is almost impossible. If you need to step outside, if you need to take your deep breaths, if you need a 2-minute rest before you go back and try to answer a question, talking instead of scrolling, quiet before reacting. Calm is trained power. You want to be powerful. And you're going to repeat this until that new voice feels like home. Yes, you can do it in 10 days, but you're going to need to do it for 100 days so that it's automatic. It needs to embed itself inside of you. At first, it may feel forced, like you're being fake. Who cares? Then it feels possible. You care. Then familiar. Other people care. Then it becomes you, aka your brand, who you are naturally. You don't even remember who you were before. What I say is, your body follows the story your mind rehearses. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to work together. We're going to continue to build our dream life. We're going to grow in every which way we choose to. We're going to evolve. We're going to transform. Over here, we transform. We evolve. We become better and better. We remember who we are, and we call our power back to us. And we follow the steps necessary over and over, and we don't quit on ourselves over here. So if you're tired of quitting, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And you're ready to believe in yourself and call power back into you and stand firm in your truth, do that. We're going to stop following someone else's blueprint of what our life is supposed to be like, and we're going to create our own goal print of what our life should be for us and for ourselves, so that we can contribute in the way that's for the greater good. So if you're interested, make sure you subscribe. My name is Sabotaging. I truly appreciate you for being here today. If you have any questions, or if you're on a similar journey, please share. I would truly love to hear about it in the comments. Let's talk, let's chat. Until next time, peace.